Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome. This is Thigh Company here, guys. We're here on the Thigh Company channel here today, doing a little bit of an unusual video. We're doing some cooking, guys. I'm here at my grandparents' kitchen here in their apartment. They asked me to cook up a bunch of stuff, and we haven't done a cooking live stream in pretty much forever. Usually we do a bunch of stuff here, but they want me to cook up a bunch of stuff, spaghetti. There's a packet of bacon that they want me to cook up. I'm not really a bacon person, but I mean, if that's what they want, I'll cook that for them. It's applewood thick cut bacon. But spaghetti, we can do spaghetti as well. Spaghetti with beef. Farhana's here. Welcome, Farhana. Welcome to the live stream. Your first person to join today's live stream here on Thigh Company. We do plan on making another live stream on Thigh Company Gaming as well, just for the heads up there. But yeah, we're gonna make some food here. I just got to figure out, the details on what I'm going to do, what I'm going to make. First things first, let me kind of walk around the apartment here. I got to turn the heat up a little bit. I don't know why. It's been a very cold day today. It's been below freezing, and I think it's supposed to be below freezing for this whole week. So the heat's on. Let's make spaghetti. Yeah, I'm going to show you all how I make spaghetti. And funny thing enough, I've made spaghetti in several countries now already. So it's good to be making spaghetti, man. There's actually a video up on one of the channels. If I can't find it, I'll probably re-upload it on maybe Thigh Company or Thigh Company Gaming. Probably Thigh Company Gaming. On the video when I was making spaghetti in Russia during one of our summer trips to Russia, to St. Petersburg, Russia, Leningrad. So that would be fun, right? So spaghetti. So first thing, I'm going to kind of do a couple of things at once. So in regards to spaghetti, here's the first thing you got to do. First of all, you got to get yourself a big pot, metal pot here. And I have, unfortunately, my grandma likes to throw everything in the most random places here. All right, so you got to get yourself, a big metal pot here, right? Fill it up with water. And luckily, this whole sink, you got everything in this U shape, so it's easy to kind of go and get everything, right? So that's cool. All right, Farhana says, I love spaghetti and lasagna. That's cool. That's really nice. I like spaghetti and lasagna too. How do you like yours made? Do you like a particular recipe? Do you like particular ingredients in it? Is there a certain way you like it to be prepared? Oh yeah, I like to tell everybody too as a joke, because you won't believe how many people forget to do this. So many people forget to wash their hands before you start cooking, man. So make sure you do that. All right, so I'm gonna step out of the room for 1 second here. All right, I'm back, guys. So yeah, we're gonna make spaghetti and all that. So add a little bit of salt to the water here. Add some more water. All right, so Farhana says, for spaghetti, my sister makes it like tuna spaghetti, but not the smelly ones. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I haven't heard about tuna spaghetti in a very long time. All right, so I got some water that's heating up. So that'll be cooking there. Let's see what other kind of spaghetti we can make. So right now I'm looking at to see what kind of macaroni my grandparents have, and they have a lot of different ones here. I know we have classic standard spaghetti. Walmart is a place that we can get kind of like a little bit, believe it or not, some fancier, or what I call not your typical pasta shape macaroni. But the ones I'm thinking about using is either your classic spaghetti. We also have whole wheat spaghetti too, kind of an unusual thing here that we got from one of our food pantry runs here. That could be used. I don't know if I should use this one or not, though. It's kind of a darker one. We could use it, but I don't know taste-wise. Because here it says produced from world's best durum wheat from Turkish Mesopotamia. So and it's pretty dark. It looks like a tan brown color. I'm just curious what, I don't know how it would be taste-wise, though. We could do it. And instructions are also in Spanish, too, so I don't know. So we'll think about that. It looks like the macaroni that I was planning on using today is missing, so it means somebody used it up, which is no problem. So I'm going to go ahead and probably use, probably use the whole wheat one. Make it a little bit healthier. So that could be done. So I'll put that to the side here for now. I'll go ahead and use that packet. So next thing we're going to do, we are going to go ahead and get one of these baking pan, or what they call the sheet pans. I'll get that done here. So let's see here. So let's get some aluminum foil to put onto the pans. And funny thing enough, I know there's some people who know this, but I actually did work in a few different kitchens here around the city in Charlotte. It's been a while though. It's almost been like 10 years now since last one I've officially worked in. But yeah, I've worked in kitchens, man. And the funniest thing is I've worked in 2 movie theaters. 2 different movie theaters. And I've done a little bit of everything, man. Wash dishes. You always pretty much start off with washing dishes in the kitchen. Not exactly sure why that setup is done, but I don't mind it. It's just sometimes they make you wash dishes forever. That's probably the downside of it. But luckily, most of the kitchens I've worked to, they have big automated machines that you just throw the stuff in the machine, and the machine pretty much washes the dishes for you. Usually there's not that much work, but I did work in a cafe once, a Russian cafe, back around the year, I would say 2017. I think this was like summer or early fall of 2017. This was like the job I worked at right before I started working at the airport. They pretty much told me I was going to be a manager there, but then they never taught me how to be a manager there. And they pretty much had me washing dishes all the time. And unfortunately, they had this weird old school setup, and it was so bad to the point where they didn't have any automated machines. In most kitchens I know nowadays, they do have automated machines. And they basically had me hand wash all the dishes. It was pretty annoying. But what they had me doing was basically filling up this, like a tank of water with bleach. And they thought it was a good idea to just have people wash dishes with bleach instead of using like good soap. And I never understood why they had that set up. And the few times they had soap, it was hand soap. It wasn't even like good detergent soap. Okay? So I don't know why they were cheaping out on this system, but little old me decided back then that all right, I'll continue just washing the dishes with bleach and use like a scrubber or a sponge or something to clean the dishes. And what ended up happening was, I worked there for maybe like a month or two, and during that time, what ended up happening was they started pouring so much bleach into this like water bath that they had that it basically caused like chemical burns over time. Because you had exposure to bleach, and they probably used some other chemicals in there too, for all I know. But even then, it's like, why cheap out? Because, at least here in North Carolina, or if you say Charlotte or Mecklenburg County or whatever, they're pretty stringent on the rules here when it comes to, like the health code and all that. All the restaurants have health codes or food sanitation codes, and that's something that they can take points off if you don't have a proper setup. I wouldn't even be surprised if they had the kitchen closed or whatever. But funny thing enough, though, I think within the year after I left that place, they did end up closing that restaurant. So I don't know, what the deal was. Maybe, maybe it was like the owner didn't have money or something. I have no idea, to be honest. Who knows? But then again, I have some friends who also tell me that, like, there's a lot of Russian-speaking owners that will cheap out on all kinds of stuff. And I even have a family friend who insists not to work with Russians, but I kind of disagree, man, because, technically I work with Russians all the time, but I know that a lot of them can be sometimes sneaky or like to finesse people, all kinds of stuff here. So I hear the water starting to boil up there, so we'll drop the pasta, the spaghetti noodles into the water here shortly. All right, so I got the 2 trays here. I'm not what's something that's funny. I don't know what it is in me, but I don't really like to eat bacon. But I guess my grandma is big into eating bacon. So she's the one who asked me to cook the bacon here. And a lot of people like to fry their bacon. I've kind of gotten down to the point where I just like to put it in the oven, just let it bake. And when I worked at my very first job at this movie theater, what they did was they had like a pizza conveyor belt. If you go to like any of the big pizza shops like Domino's, Pizza Hut, Papa John's, Little Caesars, or most places, they have a pizza oven, which is this big conveyor belt that has this like moving track that goes inside of a heating oven. And what we ended up doing back then was we took these trays, and these trays basically put bacon on, kind of like what I have here. I think the lighting's a little bright. I might turn off the lighting here just to kind of, I don't know. Basically, that's a tray of bacon there. And we'll just put it on this conveyor belt, and we'll just cook in and cook the bacon and be done once it comes through. All right, so to read some more chat here, let's see. When you finish the spaghetti, can I have it? Sure. But I don't know how to get that to happen. I don't know. But yeah, sure. We'll just have to figure out how to get that arranged. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some spaghetti in the water here. And one of the things that's kind of a habit for me, and this pretty much was the case ever since I worked at the different kitchens, is to constantly wash your hands. Usually we have to do it pretty often, pretty frequently. So just kind of show you all what the pasta looks like. It's a darker color. It kind of looks like a brown color here. So we have that going. I know some people like to break their pasta. That's not something that I do, man. Everybody tells me not. Like the people I've been reading online, there's been debates about it, about breaking spaghetti pasta. I was told in general not to do that. Let's just say it's not an Italian thing to do, from what I take. I know some Americans like to, break their pasta in half. I don't know why, but that's a thing they like to do. All right, so let's put our oven at 350 degrees here in Fahrenheit. Now go ahead and put the bacon here to cook. It's a whole pack of bacon here. All right, so that looks good. So the spaghetti is cooking. I'll actually go ahead and add some more pasta to it because I'm making spaghetti enough for several people here. So that's about half a packet here. So I'll put the packet away here. All right, let's read some more here. Farhana with those emojis. Yeah, I like the emojis. So how does your how about the lasagna? How do you usually make lasagna? Because I've made lasagna before, but it's been kind of a while, and a lot of the lasagnas that they sell here, like the prepackaged or pre-made lasagnas, I'm not a huge fan of them because I just feel like they always miss some kind of ingredient or they don't cook the lasagna correctly. So the bacon, usually we wait for it to start smelling, and I don't know, maybe like 15 minutes or so, probably even less than 15. Let's see. Farhana says my mom usually makes it. Okay, interesting. So we're letting the spaghetti here cook there. I have somebody coming for the door here. Somebody's knocking at the door. Be right back. Is my wife seeing that? Yeah. Have my mom over here. Бабушка меня попросила бекон, который в духовке спагетти сделать. Я даже не знаю, она стала. Ну, после этого она как-то ничего не ушла куда-то. Ломила пришла тоже нам в гости. Подарила календарь. Здесь puppy calendar. Это самое пришло письмо от IRS, какой-то PIN number, и application for handicap decal. All right, so spaghetti's cooking. Next thing I'm going to do is try to work on sauce here. Try to figure out what ingredients to use. Let me see what spices I have here. I know some people like to make spaghetti spicy. Don't know if I would do that though. Let's see, because I know I usually have a big thing of spaghetti sauce, but I can't seem to find it. We might actually have something. Okay, well, we'll probably use this one here. This is Italian sausage. Italian sausage with peppers and onion here. All right, so let's see what we can do here. Oh yeah, one thing I've actually had a good recommendation on for making spaghetti is to add a little bit of Tabasco. Not much, but sometimes it helps enhance some flavors. So I'm looking for spices, seeing what spices I have. Might use a little bit of this here. I think, yeah, Tone spicy spaghetti seasoning. We'll try some of that out. But you do kind of have to rehydrate it. Let me see if I have any, maybe vegetables or something I can put into it. All right, so got some vegetables. All right, so we're going to cook some vegetables to add to the spaghetti. So I'm peeling some carrots here. And then I think I have ground beef somewhere too, but I have to check. You know, who would be a good person to ask about making spaghetti? Probably like Epic and Pro and all of them. They would probably have a good recommendation on how they would make it. А? Что не выбросил? Бекона, что ли? Собирался? Ну, ластинг, кто там придет сам? Например, кто-то пришел из... Какая-то девчонка какая-то.
Скажи, что у нас традиция делать салат оливье.
Салат оливье?
Да.
Сейчас хоть что-то сделать.
Я уже сделала.
А, сделала.
Буду еще селедку хорошо выпьем.
Ну, сейчас. All right, so I have my mom walking around here. She made some salads, some Russian salads for New Year's Eve celebrations. She made salad oливье, a vinaigrette salad. So kind of some classic Russian New Year's dishes. So Mr. What's his name? Mr. Furbach probably knows exactly what I'm talking about. I don't even know if he knows about this channel now that I think about it. So yeah, we're just peeling some carrots here. All right, so now I'm gonna chop up the carrots here. Look for something to use. Probably won't even use this. Doesn't really matter as long as they're in fairly small pieces. So yeah, like I'll take a carrot and I'll cut it up in like 3 or 4 pieces. Kind of a handy little machine here. Cut up the carrots. So it cuts up the carrots pretty small here just to show you. Kind of a quick look there. Cutting up some carrots, going to put it in place to cook. Check on the bacon here. All right, still cooking. All right, so we'll get the second carrot here made. All right, so everything's still cooking. All right, what else can we add? Let's see, add some olive oil here. Check on the bacon here again. Our noodles are still fine. I think it needs some more time. It is getting close. All right, Thai, after this cooking stream, are we going to do a gaming stream? Yes. It's going to be later, though. I don't know around what time. Not exactly sure when. But it's probably going to be later, sometime after I put my grandfather to sleep. That's more than likely what's going to happen. Oh, yeah, by the way, we have all the videos for Thai Company Gaming done until New Year's. Pretty much everything there done. And then for January 1st, we have pretty much the new intro, the new outro. We might make possibly a New Year video. I'm not too sure. I'll think about it. But we'll see kind of where we go from there. All right, so I have carrots cut. See what else we have. Let's see if we have any onions here. We should. All right, so we've got to cut up some onions here. I think my mom's starting to vacuum another room here. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna turn off the heat on the spaghetti pasta here. All right, cutting up the onions. All right, check on the bacon here. All right, we'll let the bacon cool down. All right, oven is off. And the bacon's cooling down there. All right, Frosty Gaming. Welcome, Frosty Gaming. Welcome to today's show. Glad to have you here for today's live stream. Yo, what's up, Thigh? Frosty Gaming says, tomorrow's my birthday. My birthday's on New Year's Day. Oh, awesome. Happy early birthday, Frosty. Farhan also says, have an early birthday as well. What are we making? So we're making spaghetti, but we also cooked up some bacon just now. So bacon's done and it's cooling down here. We're cutting up some vegetables to put into a frying pan here. Frosty says spaghetti. I love spaghetti. Frona says he's making spaghetti. Yes. Everyone likes spaghetti, right? That's good to hear. So we're cutting up the vegetables right now. In other news, we finally have an old friend of ours get back on onto Discord. If you know that guy in the back, he started messaging Clipper yesterday, and I take it that he might be starting to get back online more often. We'll see where that goes. All right, so what is that? 2 onions? I think 2 onions probably would be fine. I don't know if we should cut up the 3rd onion. I kind of feel like probably 2 onions is good enough. А, что? Прикольно, я вытащу. Даже не знаю, хватит, наверное.
Да, надо это сложить куда-то. Жир слить в баночку.
Я знаю, но это застынет сейчас.
Застынь, потом жир не слить.
Ну, хотя бы что... Не, жир...
Переложи на тарелку с paper towel.
Окей. All right, so let's get the bacon taken care of right quick here. My mom's asking me to go ahead and take the bacon and put it into a plate here. Let's see. Frost says, "Get me now." Yes. Frost says, "I'm going to be a teenager." Cool. Farhana says, "Turning 12 in June." Cool. So you all are older than my sister. Anna. So we're gonna get the bacon here. So the bacon's done and just cooling down now. So that's for grandparents and all that. Frosted Gaming says, "Nice." Yes. Yes, very cool. So I'm just mixing up these vegetables here, the onion and the carrots. Now I need to find a jar or something for the bacon fat here. I think I have a jar somewhere below. I should have a jar. Usually we have a bunch of them. Yeah, I guess we'll use like one of these glass jars here. But I'm gonna wait it to kind of cool down a little bit. It looks good. Oh, thank you, Frosty. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the bacon on the table here, on our little kitchen dining room table here. Okay. So we're using a couple of different spices here. We're using Tone Spicy Spaghetti Seasoning. Kind of show you all a little bit what it looks like here. It's kind of a mix of Italian spices. A little bit of Chinese style seasoning salts, but it's got like salt, paprika powder, turmeric, onion powder, chili powder, sugar, mustard flour, fenugreek, ginger, basically a bunch of Asian spices. I'm gonna try this, a little bit of this Danos. Walmart was having a special on these here. I got like a bunch of points and stuff. So I'm gonna try Danos and see what that's like. I've never heard of Danos. I've never tasted Danos. I've heard of Danos a lot on social media, but I've never tried it before. So I'm kind of curious what kind of seasoning it is. I know it's not cheap too, so I'm kind of hoping that it's good. so I don't even know what it is. Yeah, it smells like, I get like a lemony smell from it. Smells like, and it says it's good. It's for meat, fish, and vegetables. There's some lemon peel in it, so it would make sense to add. So that would be enough, and then with the meat and everything, there's a lot of seasoning in it, but it should mix well with the pasta and the the beef and the ground beef and everything. Let's see. Frana says, I really want some. Yeah, I wish I could help you out. That I wish. Frana says, go subscribe to Thai. Yes. Frana's already subscribed. So, but all my new people here, if you're new and have not subscribed, you definitely should subscribe. All right, let's see. Let's try to figure out where we put the ground beef here. I know it's somewhere here. I don't know if they got rid of it or what happened. Hope they didn't get rid of it. Have to ask right quick here. Otherwise, pasta's done, the bacon's done. Vegetables, we got to cook that up. So I'll go ask right quick and see what happened. Frost says, I'm going to go now, but happy early New Year's. All right, Frosty, you take care, man. You take care. Otherwise, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to step out of the room, try to figure out what happened to the ground beef, and be right back. All right, she says it's supposed to be down below here somewhere. Check again. All right, I'm not seeing any here. Let me check and see maybe if there's any in the freezer by chance. Okay, we do have some in the freezer, but it has to be defrosted, and that's going to be a little tough. All right, so let's try to get some more stuff here done. I know some people like to reuse bacon fat. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. All right, so we got the bacon grease off of that. Sometimes I know some people be using what do you call it? A strainer or sifter. I don't know where ours is. See, I know we had some somewhere. There we go. All right, so that's good there. Let's try and collect all the grease and the fat from the bacon here. All right, so that pretty much is it here. So it leaves you with like a jar here of the grease and all that. Farna says, I want the spaghetti, yes. It's actually not that hot. I don't know why my mom thought it was going to be like a thing where it instantly freezes, and I don't think it instantly solidifies like that. All right, battery's starting to get low a little bit. All right, so I need to clear up some space here. So check the dishes here. Dishes are still dirty. Okay. Get the dishwasher here done. All right, we'll try to throw some stuff here to clean. All right, clean up the dishes there. See, I gotta get some ground beef cooking too. That's like the big thing. All right, so took care of those pans there. All right, so let's see what's next. Well, we can move this away for now. All right, so let's see about getting this. So unfortunately, the ground beef that we had was gone. I don't know, somebody probably used it already. But I did find another packet here, so I got to defrost this. And that's going to be a little bit tough. There are a few different ways to do it. I'm just running it under like hot water right now. So that's defrosting right now. Checking to see if there's anything else we can possibly add. So I'm gonna move the laptop here, try to face it downwards here. Should be able to see that, I think. Yeah, you should be able to see that. So just checking what else we have here for now. I'm not seeing, I don't know, that ground beef we had disappeared somewhere. Well, I guess we'll have to use this one for now. All right, so ground beef have that defrosting, but I don't know how long that's going to take. It's starting to get a little bit softer now, but it's still not exactly ready for spaghetti. So that'll take about 5-10 minutes to defrost or so. I'm trying to think what else we can even do. So, yeah, I think what I'll do for now, have this in the kitchen here, pointing this way. Get myself some water. So yeah, guys. So I think the biggest thing right now is just when you get the ground beef to defrost, and then we'll have to make the sauce, and then pretty much the spaghetti would be done. So just because of time constraints, and I think a lot of people left the live stream, we're going to pretty much go ahead and wrap up here. So guys, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, subscribe to Thigh Company, and we'll see you all in the next one, guys. Peace out and take care.